I have a puzzle to show you that I've made in Minecraft. For those of you who like Myst, Riven especially, I think that this puzzle is right up your alley. So the basic premise I wanted to make is a very large area of the game that has a lot of things in it that are obviously interrelated, but need to be puzzled out in order to figure out properly. And the core of it is this octagon here. The octagon is this big, obvious landmark that that is in the map that other people could come across and wonder, what the hell is this thing? So it's a big lava pit that has a number of symbols on the outside, which hopefully you'll be able to see. I'm not sure about the quality. This is the first internet video I've ever made. I apologize in advance for the crappiness therein. Let's see if I can get a better view of this octagon from the outside. So you can kind of see the symbols on the outside here. Hopefully the quality comes through. And the point is, a person would come up to this and hopefully notice the stepping plates and step on one of them. And notice the resulting change in the octagon. And maybe he'd walk around and step on a different one. And eventually he'd be able to puzzle this out. Which is that the symbols that appear inside of the octagon match up with the symbols that you see on the outside. Hopefully you can see that. And there are two switches, one of which activates one side, and the other one activates the other side. But of course these symbols are completely meaningless at this point. And all they can do is experiment and see that there are 8 different symbols, and each one has a top and bottom, and therefore there are 64 different combinations of symbols. And we also have a reset button that resets the whole thing to its original state. Now once that's noticed, hopefully somebody would be able to see some of the signs that describe shrines, as you might see in the distance there. Hopefully, again, quality kind of dictates whether you can see that or not. We'll see in the editing process whether that's visible. But if we follow this sign and head what I believe is south, yes, this is south, we might be able to see something. This part is dreadfully boring. Hey, what's that in the distance? Some kind of thing. But first I hear something. What's that? What could that be? Sounds like a thumping. I don't know if you'll be able to hear it. But what's this? There's a symbol in the sky that's flashing. I wonder what it could represent. What could this symbol be? Doesn't it look like one of the symbols around the octagon? What could it represent? There's deep symbolism here. Flashing lights, and a sound, and a symbol. Ooh, I'm intrigued. This is exciting. I'm in the seat of my pants. I'm at the edge of my seat here. I don't know about you guys. Oh man, I am so excited. I am just so excited. So now let's get a better view of this other thing. Not that thing. We'll get to that thing later. For now we're looking at this thing. Whoa, it's some kind of giant flag with another symbol on it. And what's this? The flag is facing the same direction that the clouds are moving. I wonder what it could represent. That's terribly exciting. So now we've seen 2 symbols each seemingly representing something else, something different. That was a very lucky fall. I have no idea how to be exciting. What should I do to be exciting? How about I do a trick? Like, jump around in a circle. Woo! That was exciting. Okay. And as the player wanders around, he'll eventually find 8 more such shrines. Each of which has a symbol that is unique and corresponds to a symbol on the octagon. And if he wants, he can go and enter the symbols. So one of the symbols that we just saw is this one. And he can do that if he wants, or he can continue exploring. Now some of the symbols are intentionally ambiguous. For example, you can see this symbol in the bottom of this lake. But if you look at it from this side, crap, the quality is probably too bad. Let me get closer to it. This symbol looks exactly the same as the symbol we saw on the flag. However, the orientation of this symbol is different. And the way we know that its orientation is different is because the flag's orientation is obvious, because it's vertical, whereas that one is horizontal. And eventually the player will continue wandering around and find all the eight symbols, and hopefully map their names, map the symbols themselves to meanings. And also, eventually, the player will wander into this desert that I'm wandering toward now, which is a bit far away, admittedly, but there is a sign pointing the way to the schoolhouse, which is where we're going. And for those of us who have played Riven, we know the schoolhouse is one of the best places to have a really cool puzzle. Although in this case the puzzle is not nearly as cool. So where is the schoolhouse? Right, this is the schoolhouse. We come to the schoolhouse, it says schoolhouse right on it. Couldn't be more obvious. And the schoolhouse has a bunch of signs that relate different concepts to different other concepts. So there's a pair of concepts, and each pair of concepts relates to another abstract concept. So the goal here is for the user to have found all of the 8 different shrines and map them to 8 different words. The words are wind, earth, fire, mountain, heaven, water, lake, and thunder. I might have missed one. But the point is there are 8. And they come to the schoolhouse and they find all of these different abstract concepts. So now we have a mapping of symbols that we see on the octagon to elements. And we have another mapping of those elements to abstract concepts. But the question is, which abstract concept should we put into the octagon in order to solve the puzzle? Where's the sun? This next part is easier to see at night, but we'll see it during the day anyway. So what we're going to do here is we're going to go visit another shrine. So here we're going to follow these posts to the water shrine, and maybe we'll notice something on the way. So exciting! Oh wow! I am so excited. So we're following these posts. Hey, what's that? I say out loud, as though I weren't the designer of this particular puzzle. I see some bricks. up in the sky. I wonder what those could be. Let me get a better look. What is that? Some kind of obelisk. I will have to investigate the obelisk. How do I get up there? I forget how to get up there. I think I just climb. Aha! An obelisk! And something is written around the obelisk. Some kind of poem. So I will read the poem. At the top of the world, when all's seen and nothing's feared, in your hands your life's been held. To get this far, you persevered. Now I remember at the schoolhouse, I remember seeing perseverance. And I remember that the two elements that mean perseverance are wind and thunder. And I remember from looking at the shrines that there was a wind shrine. That's the flag blowing in the same direction as the clouds. I think that might be a wind shrine. And there was a thunder and lightning shrine, which is the flashing lights and sounds coming from the sky. So I would put 2 and 2 together and combine all of this information into the solution of the puzzle. So now I'm back at the octagon. I have all this information. I see this is the symbol for thunder. So now I've input thunder into the octagon. And now I can walk over here. And I see that this is the symbol for wind. And I can activate it here. Did anything happen? Hey, I see a door that wasn't there before.